All right. So
We were the first couple to be married in the newly built Jennison Road Church.
the Jennison Road Church.
It's over.
Like over by MLK and stuff like that? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we were one of the earliest to use the Civic Center for the reception.
Okay.
Which was quite a thing for Murray, who paid the bill for that reception thing.
Yeah.
I imagine it would have been expensive.
Did you have a lot of people there?
I don't remember.
No.
But I wouldn't have thought that it would have been a big, huge crowd.
Yeah. Did you have a groomsman?
Have what?
A groomsman?
Yeah.
Or a best man, or?
Yeah, best man was my sister's husband. He was a nuclear physicist. I've never. Yeah, it makes me mad
What makes you mad?
that I'm not able. It's a wonderful story, and I ought to be able to tell people about it without getting emotional.
Well, emotions are good.
Yeah, but I can never talk about this without choking up. But I'll try. We had, let's see, did we have 4 kids at that time? Yeah, but when we had 4 kids, and I was in a dead-end job, I was selling insurance, crying out loud. It's going to get me nowhere. And my uncle, Whitey, came to us and encouraged us, strongly encouraged us to go back to school.
Mm-hmm.
And that he would finance our living. And so, with his sending us money, and my parents' assistance also, and my sister and brother-in-law's help,
Mm-hmm.
They gave us money enough to feed the 4 kids and to live and to do what we had to do while I went back to school and got my degree. And then, by the way, got my first job teaching, that they were so interested in me becoming a teacher so I could make big bucks. I got my first job teaching, and from that point on teacher salary, I lived with less money than they had been sending me. I should have stayed in school and just continued to have them send me money.
And this was the all-boys school? Was it an all-boys school that you were teaching at?
No.
Did you teach at an all-boys school?
No, I was first school I taught at was in Springfield local, country school, small school over towards the Pennsylvania line.
Okay.
And just a couple miles from the Pennsylvania border. And the second school was Austintown Fitch. And because I needed more money than I was making at Austintown, I took a job at the Mahoney County Vocational School, which was a vocational school. It was at the Vienna Air Force Base.
Okay.
But I took the job there as a dorm leader. And so I was like the house mother, you know. I had to make sure that they cleaned up the place and so on. In a dormitory. It was overwhelmingly, the kids came there from all over Ohio. And it was strongly black kids.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunate kids. Kids that had bad experiences. And so I worked from 4 to 12 at the I taught at Austintown Fitch, and I worked 4 to 12 at the vocational school.
Okay.
And was there the night that Martin Luther King was killed.
Oh.
And unfortunately, the black guys grouped up and went all over campus asking the white guys, what do you think about Martin Luther King being killed? Well, there was no correct answer.
Right.
And so there was a lot of white guys got beat up. And so in order to try to reduce that, I found myself in a dorm room with at least 15 black guys, and I'm the only white guy there, trying to talk them into being sensible and behaving rationally. And I don't know whether that would have had a different outcome had.
Hi there. How are you?
Great.
Good. Staying out of the sun.
Yeah.
A lot cooler.
Oh, I know who it is.
Oh, do you?
Had it not been for a guy named Jim Briggs, he was, if I remember correctly, I think he was 6'5".
Whoa.
Big black guy, and he came in and he probably saved my butt.
Wow.
I left there and they closed the base for I think 1 week, and then when the students came back, everybody was searched. Of course, there were military guards on the Air Force Base.
Right.
But before they got back in the gate, the front gate, they were searched, and they had just enough to arm the Israeli army weapons. And I suppose that gave me some incentive to move. So then with Marilyn's mother's influence, we interviewed here in DeWitt. I interviewed for a job in Lansing, Bath, Portland, and DeWitt. And I think I probably could have gone to work at any one of them. I chose not to go to Bath because, are you familiar with the largest school disaster in
Yes.
was
Yes.
it Bath,
Yes.
where the crazy farmer set charges all over the school and killed so many kids? And
Yeah.
he had set charges in what was at that time the shop,
Oh.
and that's where I would have taught because the charges there didn't go off.
Oh my God.
And so How did I get talking about that?
I don't know. We're just talking about where you were working. And
Yeah,
so you went from
So I
the base to...
came from Ohio to Michigan. And, I said I did so because of Murdy's influence
Yeah.
to bring her daughter back to Michigan. But I probably, if the truth be known, I probably made the change because I was making 4,600. If again, I'm not sure of the figures, but I'm pretty sure I was making 4,600 a year, and came to Michigan with a $2,500 increase in pay.
Wow.
Significant increase in pay, half of what you're making, you know.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so.
And did you only teach shop at DeWitt? Or did you teach... No, yearbook. You did yearbook too, right?
Yeah, but that was... The way I taught it, it was a shop class.
So...
I taught woods, metals, drafting, graphic arts, a yearbook advisor, co-op coordinator, and I had one study hall.
Okay. So never any sort of like English classes, history classes, anything like that?
No.
Just... Gotcha. So, how old were you when Mom was born? When my mom was born. The blind.
22.
22.
And I just mentally calculated that because your grandmother is 20 years older than your mother.
Oh, okay.
And I'm 2 years older than Grandma.
Gotcha.
So I was 22, 23 maybe.
Okay. Did you feel like you guys were ready for parenthood, or was it kind of like a...
Didn't matter, it was going to happen.
It was going to happen. Did you guys have a specific place that you guys would go on vacations when the kids were little?
No. We were fortunate to have camping play as big a role in our downtime activities. That enabled us to go lots of places. We've taken the kids lots of places, but only couldn't afford to do that staying at hotels or motels. But you could go with a tent.
Right.
And early on, when we first came to Michigan, we came with I had a Sears 9 by 12.5 tent with an outside frame. And I got tired of putting it up on the wet ground and having to take it down and pack it up and take it home and with it being wet. And so I went out to a junkyard buddy of mine, and with his help, I built this strangest looking pop-up camper. I built a box that had two sides that folded out that were the beds.
Oh.
I put brackets on it to hold the tent poles, and we put the tent up on top of the thing and brought it up here to Michigan, and everybody would walk down the campground trails and look over at this thing, because it was a monstrosity. It was a strange looking thing. But that was our first camping vehicle. And then when my first year here, I got a scholarship to go to the University of Maryland and they paid for me to enough to buy a regular pop-up tent camper.
Oh, that's cool.
Then we bought one with a hard roof and a shower and a bathroom and pressurized water system. Then we bought a trailer, and then we bought a bunkhouse trailer. Then we bought we ended up with the last one being a Mountain Air. It was 10.5 foot wide, which is extremely wide. It was 35 foot long.
Oh,
It had 2 slide outs.
Is that the one that you're talking about that you lived in when you were building the house?
No, that was later.
Oh, that was later.
We had one that had it was called the bunkhouse, and it had 2 bunks up back where we thought the boys would sleep.
Did it go over the truck?
Yeah.
Okay, I think
yeah,
I
it was-
remember
it was
that.
a fifth wheel as opposed to a trailer.
Okay.
And that's what we lived in, one building, the Maple Rapids house. And then after that, we bought the Mountain Air that we, when I retired, took to Florida.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So, when you got the job in DeWitt, did you buy the house right away?
No, we lived up the street from here.
Oh, on Madison?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
at the end of Madison.
Uh-huh.
We rented the house. Kind of a clever thing to do if you ever have the opportunity. If you rent a house after the previous renter has planted a beautiful garden,
Yeah.
and then he goes away, and then you get to harvest the garden, that's a bonus to the rental. So we lived there, and then and then bought what is now Sharon's house.
Okay. Did you guys add on to that house, or did you?
Sharon's?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what is now the large family room above the garage
Right.
that we
You added on to that part.
and that was finished just in time for your mom's high school graduation party,
Oh, cool.
whatever that was. I don't know the year, but
Me either. I guess I'll have to interview her next.
that room is 24 by 24 with the fireplace and
Yeah. So, how was the house set up before you added on to it?
pretty much just like it is now.
So, what was the living room though? So,
What was then the living room?
yeah.
The living room then was what is now Jake and Sharon's bedroom.
Bedroom. Okay. All right. Interesting. I don't remember it like that at all. But of course I wouldn't. Never mind. Because you said you finished it before Mom's graduation. So that makes sense. Interesting. It's hard to picture it like that. And then what year did you guys build the Maple Rapids house?
I retired in '94, and we left the day after school was out and went to Alaska. We took
On a cruise?
no, well, yes and no. We took the trailer from here and went to Portland, Oregon, I think. Yeah, or Seattle. Yeah, Seattle. And left the trailer there, flew to Fairbanks, did the ground tour where they run the legs off of you. You go see dog sleds and you go see outdoor cooking things
Cool.
and so on. And went to, what's the big mountain?